boondocks, baby. About to get a little boondock.
Hi, welcome back to Frantic Mama. As you can see, I'm just in my kitchen here taking a minute to talk about something that I think is important. I recently wrote about parenting an intense, highly sensitive, challenging son. And I have two children, and my daughter is more laid back. She can go with the flow. I mean, she still has like a dynamic personality and is super fun and creative, but she doesn't have the same challenges as my son. He's a perfectionist, he has some anxiety, he's just intense. A lot of parenting books would probably call him spirited, but I like to say highly sensitive or emotionally intense because those words really clearly convey all that it means to have that emotional intensity. They feel things deeply and then they express them loudly for all to hear, especially for their parents. I think we have it the hardest. And that's what I wanted to talk about today is that as mothers and fathers of these kids, I think we really need to occasionally take a step back and do something for ourselves. Ideally, every single day, I need to have some kind of alone time. I'm more of an introvert anyway, so I recharge by being alone. I don't recharge at a dinner party or going out for drinks at happy hour. I am happiest reading a book or writing or going on a walk or maybe spending time with my husband, the one other person I can stand for long periods of time. So I would be interested to hear if any of you have found an outlet for frustration or anxiety you have around raising a challenging child. One thing I've found that has helped me immensely is horseback riding. So I started doing it as a kid and then stopped for many years just based on a million different reasons and got back into it about a year and a half or 2 years ago. And it's been life-changing in the sense that you cannot think of anything else while you're on that horse because you need to stay on first and foremost. And it's something that you can do where you're not thinking about all of your parental worries is ideal. So maybe for you that's not horses, but maybe it's learning to ski, or maybe it's something else challenging. I like to also take walks and just be out in nature and get some exercise. Exercise has been a huge way for me to stay emotionally healthy and strong during this challenging time of raising young children. And then, I also like to spend time with my husband. In the evenings, we usually have some time to talk, and then maybe we'll watch a show together or do work side by side. We're pretty happy just working on our computers, being near each other, and being quiet. So, all of those things. And then if you can find one friend even that has a similar child, that is a huge help. It took me a really long time to find someone with a child quite as complicated as mine, and it happened to be a friend I met online who's also a writer and artist who knows who she is. And it's just been amazing just knowing there's another mother out there with the same experience, and she lives across the world from me in India. So and then through writing, I have since met more women across the country and across the world who have children like mine, and that's a huge help and comfort, and I hope they feel that way about my blog. But just, I would again emphasize that you're a person first. And so after a long day with a challenging kid, you need to take care of yourself, doing something you like. Maybe it's baking, maybe it's doing some kind of artwork, maybe it's working with your tools if you're handy. Something that takes your mind off of your everyday worries has been a huge help for me. So I'd love to hear what self-care strategies you've used that have been successful. I can certainly always use more, and I'm sure other readers and listeners can too. You can find more of me anytime at franticmama.com. Thank you.